Hello, and welcome to our channel where we explore everything. Today, we're going to delve into how to use Odoo Web Library OWL to create a static website without relying on Odoo itself. If you've tried using OWL outside of its native environment before, you might have encountered some frustrating experiences. Although it's technically possible to use OWL in this way, the experience can be far from ideal, mainly due to the fact that OWL was primarily developed for the Odoo environment. So when we try to use it elsewhere, we often encounter hurdles and obstacles that can be difficult to overcome, especially for beginners. There are two main reasons why using OWL outside of Odoo can be challenging. The first reason is that the documentation for OWL is relatively minimal. While this might not be a problem for experienced developers, it can be a significant barrier for those who are new to the technology. The second reason is that the tooling and support for OWL in popular IDEs is also limited. Even though OWL is a standard JavaScript module, its templating mechanism isn't directly supported by IDEs. This means that when we're working with large and complex templates, it can be difficult to get things right. Unfortunately, the available tutorials on using OWL outside of Odoo don't always provide a clear solution to these problems. In this experiment, we'll try to use OWL in conjunction with some other popular tools and libraries, Codium as our IDE, Vite for additional tooling, and Bootstrap for styling framework. Before we begin, please note that you can find the installation guides for these tools on their respective official websites. Let's get started. The first step is to create a new directory and initialize a new Vite project. For this tutorial, we'll be using the vanilla project with TypeScript. If you prefer to use JavaScript instead, the steps should be similar. Just make sure to choose the vanilla flavor. Optionally, you can try running the starter to see if everything is set up correctly. Next, open the project folder in Codium and let's get started from there. To begin, we need to install the required libraries, Sass, OWL, and Bootstrap. For Bootstrap, you'll also need to install any additional libraries that are required for specific features, such as Popper.js, if you want to use the popover component. Since we're using TypeScript, don't forget to install the dev dependencies, including Bootstrap types, node types, and other types required by TypeScript when working with external libraries. Next, remove the generated code files that we won't be needing, countered, TS, and styled, CSS. Then, prepare the directory structure for our app by creating two new directories, components and SCSS. For this experiment, I'll be using the Dark Solarize theme, which is available on bootswatch.com. Remember to only download the SCSS files and follow the instructions on their help page or Bootstrap's website for more detailed information. When working with feet, don't forget that you won't need to add prefixes in front of the Bootstrap directory as shown on your screen. Now, let's edit the main.ts file to use OWL. Here, we'll create our own root component, which we'll define next. At this point, our initial setup is complete. Next, we'll create the root component and other OWL components for navigation and pages. For the navigation bar, we'll be using the fixed navigation bar examples from Bootstrap. As you can see on your screen, we've split the example HTML and adjusted it to create OWL components. For the pages, we'll create 3 more components, one for each page. We're almost finished. If you run the app now, you might notice some deprecation messages due to using Sass methods that are marked as deprecated by the latest version of Sass. To suppress these messages, we need to create a configuration file to tell the Sass compiler not to display them. And that's it. We've successfully created a static website using all outside of Odoo. Before we conclude this video, please note that there isn't any detailed official documentation on using OWL outside of Odoo, so it's best to assume it's not officially supported and use it with caution. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and share it with others who might benefit from this tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date on all my experiments and tutorials.